Welcome to a very special Blood and Pigment episode where we will be unboxing the Blood and Plunder Blackbeard versus Maynard 2-player starter set.
It's a beast.
It is. It is a, as you see, a large box. It is bigger than my head.
It's bigger than some of my children.
So, to start with, this just came out. How long ago did this come out?
It arrived at my house about 5 days ago, so mid-December 2022.
Yeah, and I have not opened one of these up yet, so I am going to be pleasantly surprised at what's inside of this. But that being said, let's get cracking.
Do the honors.
It is expertly shrink-wrapped by a crew of ne'er-do-wells.
That's racist.
So I'm just removing the plastic. Let's see what's inside of here. As I am constantly amazed at how big this box is.
It is bigger than almost any board game box. It's like,
this is a Kickstarter box. Like, I've heard of Kickstarter boxes being these huge things. I've never seen it until this time. All right.
Extravagance.
It is, I do before opening it, I wanted to cool my jets a little bit. This is a beautifully textured art. It has, it's very well put on there. It's not cheap cardboard. The back is also a little bit of a description with
spoilers.
The playmat, giving you an idea. It's also high quality. This isn't cheap cardboard or anything. So
when they're shipping these from China, they're so big they only can fit 2 boxes in each container.
Oh. Well, let's look at it. We'll put this over here. So to start with, the first thing you see is this is the oft-talked-about playmat. So the 2-player starter set comes with a playmat now. These, the alternative to this is a $100 neoprene mat like this. So this is $80 to $100. I paid $100 for all my mats.
The big 6x4 is more expensive. This is almost 3x3. It was as big as the printer could print. It's double-sided with land on one side and C on the other.
I'm not going to open it up right now because of this. And then directions. This is on how to build the sloop and how to build the sailors and how to build Blackbeard and Maynard. These are nice to see too.
If Dan was here, we'd go about Maynard, so I'll have to do it for him.
Oh. And cool, we have 2 black boxes. Mysterious. Nice. I bet this is a sloop. Right?
It's not a sloop or a miniature.
Let's see. Let's see. So, one of the black boxes is the sloop and 2 sprues of sailors. You know, with the sloop, you have the cannon one. I saw on your video you recommended building these light cannons, right?
Yeah.
But
you got so many light cannons. You like how many 70 cannons?
Yeah. I have 60 painted light cannons, but I have over 70 unpainted ones. So I declined. I'm going to decline these. And I do. How many sloops have you put together so far?
Only 2.
Only 2? Yeah. This is a nice model. I was very pleasantly surprised. So 3 sprues for the sloop. Plus cannons. A 4th one. The cannon one, it's kind of spoilers for the future of Firelock. The cannon and cover and gun port covers and also channel deadeyes right there. That can be used on different ships.
Yeah,
so
swivel guns, cannons.
I highly suspect that sprue itself, if any other ships come along the way, it was separated from the ship because it's going to be used somewhere else. So let's look at the sailor. This box comes with 4 of these, and it makes 6 sailors. Each of these are the same, but you have a variety of arms.
Arms, heads, hats, weapons.
Yeah. I haven't put together any sailors yet, but I've seen enough people putting together those. It's kind of fun. We are not going to open up this because
same thing.
This has the same thing as that one.
Another sloop.
Since
this is 12 miniatures.
Yep, this box comes with 12 miniatures and a sloop for each side. Oh, this is nice. So this was the intent that Firelock wanted to go with this, is as you see from the inside with the trays, let's see if I can pop some of the stuff off. We got dice in here.
We have the bone dice, but they still have the skull for the 10. So
yeah, they're very nice. Very good quality. Oh,
3, 6, 12. That's a good number.
12 is great. They have a little bit of a black
pearly,
and yeah, like a little bit of a pearlescence to them. These are a nice addition to the game, and you know, you're saying they're not the plunder dice, they're not the blood dice, but I like how readable they are. And you know, I once paid $6 for 1d6 that had a skull and crossbones on it for 1d6 because they had printed a skull and crossbones to get 12 of them.
That's $72. That's half the cost of this box.
Yeah. And we have 2 decks of cards in here. You need a deck of cards to play, and this gives you a British deck with the flag of the Union, the Union Jack, and a pirate deck with the now period appropriate Skull and Bones on it. That's very exciting. You also have this is a ship card for the Bermuda sloop and Balandra, which are the 2 things that this can make. You can make each of them as a Bermuda or as a Balandra if you want.
Just a couple variations.
Yeah, but in fact, I've seen a lot of people do that. They go straight to the Bermuda, even though I think the Balandra has a good like
place in the game.
Yeah, it has. It's basically the better bark. And then cards for Maynard and Blackbeard. I like him. You know, he's not bad. It's a good model too.
Just for Dan.
You're the Dan, the spiritual Dan in this. So we got those, and now let's look at what occupies most of this level is our punch outs. So again, this is I don't know. I'm excited about everything in this box because this is kind of like when I was a new player, having to assemble this all myself was such a pain.
Hard to know what you need, and it's expensive to assemble everything all at once to get started. So this is
and this right here represents, I think, a turning point in the game because you have the maneuver gauge, you have reload tokens. So instead of using a dice, which the dice packs are $20, instead of using the dice, you can put tokens on stuff. You have a 1-foot roller, which, you know, isn't going to be as good as a tape measure.
Pirates can't shoot past it for anyway.
Yeah, not really. And then the smoke cloud, which is really fun.
Stink pot.
Yeah, for the stink pot. It's just nice to see this. I'm going to put that there.
Okay, your critical damage, your ship moving templates, your prone
activated, and we should also mention that it is. Oh, I already popped this out. It's double-sided, so like all your markers. Do they have the same thing on each side? Yeah, they have the same thing on each side. Which, you know, that's the fatigue don't. The fatigue go from 1 to 2, from 3 to 3, and from 4. You're not going to really need as many 4s, 5s, and 6s. Like you need a lot of 4s, yeah. So that's really nice. That's really nice. Maneuver template. My first maneuver template I printed out.
Yeah, that's right. You print out cardboard.
Yeah. This is nice.
For cardboard, this is really nice.
And double-sided too. So that's something that the first maneuver template wasn't double-sided.
Right.
They gave you two, and you would switch it off between the two. I've seen a lot of players draw on the other side of it. So this is a great advantage. This is something that's also exciting. Is we have on one side bushes and area terrain, and on the other side shoals.
Oh no!
Including both of these right here are for the underwater hazard.
Submerged hazard.
Yeah, these both can be used for the submerged hazard.
I just got this last week and mine were already worn out right at the edges because I've submerged hazard so many times.
You'd already That's cool. And the rulebook. And we're back from the commercial break.
Because our camera died and we continued.
Yeah, we didn't know it was dead. So we're talking about the core rulebook that's in the 2-player starter, and how you can just buy the No Peace Beyond the Line for all of that content if you want. But this stands alone by itself with this set.
Yeah, it has all the rules to play, all your special rules, all updated errata, all the new cannon rules, new chain shot, and fun stuff like that.
Yeah.
What it's light on is force lists, though. It doesn't have the same forces that are in the core rulebook, original core rulebook. It just has the Maynard and Blackbeard legendary factions. And then it has the scenario for Blackbeard and Maynard, obviously, as well.
Yeah.
So it's a tiny bit slimmer, maybe, but it has everything you need to learn how to play. And then you can supplement this with force books like No Peace Beyond the Line or
Fire on the Frontier,
Black.
Raise the Black.
That'll have tons of forces that you can expand from there. And it's soft cover, but it feels good.
Yeah, I like it. I really do.
Looks good.
It's a little bit better organized, dare I say, than the core rulebook. I haven't read it myself. This was my first time seeing it, but I have paged through it, and it's just better. It has an index, something that the regular book doesn't.
Also notes, so you can write down, where does it say fatigue rules?
Oh, that's fun.
And a good index. Yeah, that's very valuable that they missed in the original core rulebook.
The index in the core rulebook was actually a errata, so you had to find it online. But there's one last thing hidden in this box, and that is Blackbeard and Maynard themselves with their bases.
Mini sprue.
Kind of tucked on the side, and it's just the two of them here as a dueling set. Yeah. This sprue is kind of exclusive to this box right now. There's no way to get it unless you buy this box. And if they do ever decide to sell this, they kind of have to sell it with them together as a duel anyways.
Nothing to sidecast. Yeah.
Yeah. The Blackbeard is great. He's in a really nice action pose you talked about. And Maynard is really official looking there with a pistol. And I even noticed that I thought at first that they could like clip it in the middle and they would have half Blackbeard, half Maynard, but they're actually split. Like Blackbeard's head is way over here, but here's the rest of his body.
Blackbeard's head separated from his body?
I know. Yeah. Maybe that should be on the Maynard side, so you can
property of Captain.
Yeah. So that is everything in this box. And the other thing I want to touch on is once you take everything out of this box with its insert is a great place to store a lot of your Blood and Plunder related things. Don't put the miniatures in here, but your dice, your cards, your books, maybe I have a couple little of my piano cases that I use that would fit great right in here, just stacked up. So the box, don't throw away the box once you get it.
Well, it's too big for your house.
Yeah, yeah. Unless you order 2 of them, and then they're gonna pile up everywhere.
Box also comes with a set of bases for the miniatures there. Then you do need to grab, once you get your ship built, here's one of the sloops mostly built here, ready to paint with the mast. Once you get it to this point, you can spray it and paint it, and then when you rig it, you're going to have to print out some sales or cut out some sales. There'll be templates on the Firelock website, or you can buy them.
Buy them from me. Yeah.
Yeah, Steve owns Quality Sales. You can find them on Blood Pigment and the best cloth sales out there.
Here's it'll look like this. Yeah.
Paper sales. The templates will be a bit better than this, but here's what your sleeve looks like. But you will need to get paper or cloth sales, and then some elastic or string for your rigging as well.
Yeah, I use crochet yarn myself. And then let's touch on these books right before the end. This is the 18th century Blood and Plunder book that came out. It includes the core rulebook and Raise the Black in here, and it's still available on the website that you can order.
So these books stacked on top of each other.
Yeah, he happened to get them. The my favorite book is actually the Raise the Black expansion book, because as someone who is hard on my books and tears them up as I use them and page through them, this is the one that's going to come with me because I don't feel bad about it being destroyed, whereas I would this. So, and this does have Blackbeard in it, so it has all the force. So this in addition to the core rulebook, this is where you're going to be doing your list building from. This is where you're going to be. It has all the juicy rules for all the different factions in here.
All the unit stats and options.
The history of where it's happening with like the Dutch, with the Native Americans, with the Maroons. That's all in here. The core rulebook does have a history segment in it because this is a historical game. It does have a history segment in it, but the Raise the Black has a more in-depth history.
And this has 2 factions. Raise the Black has 40 different factions.
Oh.
For pirates and Spanish and English and French and Dutch and Native Americans and line. So,
and all of them new too.
Yep.
New or updated
from for the new timeline.
Yeah. So that's it. That's the Raise the Black, Blood and Plunder, Blackbeard versus Maynard box. 2-player starter set. Unboxed for your pleasure.
It's a great deal. $145, I think, is the pre-order price right now. Just being delivered in late December here. So if you order, you'll get it in January. It's a great value compared to the metal and resin that they have been offering for the last several years. Just buying 2 sloops in resin would cost more than this whole box together. Mm-hmm. So $145 for 26 models, 2 sloops, and all the accessories.
Kind of enough to make a 200-point list too.
Yeah.
So
I'm excited to have more people jump in the game with this easy in. It's still a good bit of work to glue all your miniatures together and chips and paint and stuff, but everything you need to play is here. Hope you jump in and enjoy the game.
And check out our blog as well. We have lots of information about factions and tactics and painting and now model building too and customizing your miniatures. A lot that you can look on the blog on bloodpigment.com.
And check out the rest of our videos as well. Got videos ranging a couple of years back on all sorts of topics related to Blood and Plunder. Thanks for watching. And our tagline:
keep your dice ready and the wind at your back. Yahar.